Hello children, we have completed exercise 17.5 up to question number 11. After question number 11, question number 12 and 13 are based on sphere. So we will not attempt the questions. After that we are going to start question number 14, 15 and then only these two questions. Rest other questions are involving sphere or hemisphere. So this is the last lecture for the chapter mensuration. So question number 14. What is the question? Question is, a vessel in the form of an inverted cone is filled with water to the brim. To the brim means it means completely filled. Correct? So to the brim means completely filled. Its height is 20 centimeter and diameter is 16.8. Height is 16 centimeter, diameter is height is 20. Height is 20 and diameter is 16.8. It means radius will be 8.4 centimeter. Correct? Two equal solid cones are dropped in it so that they are fully submerged. It means now two equal solid cones. Suppose these are the two equal solid cones. So two equal solid cones are dropped into the vessel, that is the inverted cone, and they are fully submerged. It means they are completely submerged. As a result, 1/3 of the water in the original cone overflows. As a result, water overflows. 1/3 of water. 1/3 of water in the vessel overflows. What is the volume of each of the solid cones submerged? Okay. So the concept here you have studied in the physics. Whenever a vessel is filled with water up to the brim, that is completely filled, and you are dropping any other solid, maybe it is cylinder, cubical, cuboidal, spherical, whatever, and as a result, after dropping out the solids, some water is overflown, then what is the concept? The concept is volume of water overflown is equal to volume of water dropped. Volume of solids dropped. This is the concept. Volume of solids dropped. Correct? This is the concept we have studied in the physics also. So volume of water overflown is equal to volume of solids dropped. And what is the amount of volume of water? What is the amount of water overflown? It is given 1/3 of the water in the original cone. It means 1/3 of the water in the original cone. What is the amount of water in the original cone? That is the capacity of the cone. It means formula for volume, that is 1/3 pi r square h is equal to, what is the volume of solids dropped? Two identical cones are dropped. So for one, suppose it is V, then it is 2. Here what we have done? We have taken what? Suppose for one cone the volume is V. It is also V. Correct? And what is given? When two equal solid cones are dropped into the vessel, they are completely submerged. As a result, 1/3 of water in the original vessel is overflown. Correct? So what is the concept? Only volume of water overflown is equal to volume of solids dropped. This is the concept. So volume of water flown, what is given about this? This is given 1/3 of the water in the original cone. And what is the amount of water in the original cone? That is the capacity of the cone, 1/3 pi r square h. And what is the volume of solids dropped? Two equal solid cones. It means for each we have taken volume as V. So this will be 2V. Now we have to find V. Understood? So we are going to substitute the value for finding V. Clear? So this will be here. So this will become 1 upon 9 pi r square. Radius was given 8.4. 8.4 into 8.4 and height is 20. Height is 20. That will give 2 times V. Clear? So nothing is mentioned about pi. So first, what will be cancelled? We can cancel these two. 1.2. Then from 9 we can cancel 12. Okay. Then we can cancel and then again 0.4. Correct? So what is left? C. Or you can cancel it later on. What is left? See, here in the numerator 22 into 1.2 into 2.8 into 20 upon 3 is equal to 2V. It means what is the value of V? Here also you will divide. Correct? 22, 1.2, then 2.8, correct, into 20. Then this will be correct. So V will be multiplied. This will be 0.4 into 2, 4. It means 22. See, 440. This 440 and 14 into 4. 56, it means 0.56. Correct? So this will be 4456. It means 4642. Check it. Correct? 440, 14 into 4, 0.56. 440 into 0.56, that is 1 decimal will be there. Why this will take 1 decimal? It means 246.40 centimeter cube is the volume of each of the solid cone submerged. Clear the concept? Rest the calculation part. Now the next question. Next question number 15. A solid metallic circular cylinder of radius 14 cm and height 12 cm is melted and recast into small cubes of edge 2 cm. How many such cubes can be made from the solid cylinder? Very easy. The formula is C. Number of cubes is equal to volume of solid cylinder, that is bigger volume. Correct? The formula is, whenever these kinds of question, a solid cylinder is melted and recast into a number of smaller identical cubes. So we have to find number of cubes. Then formula is number of cubes will be larger volume upon volume of the smaller cone, that is smaller cubes. So larger volume means volume of solid cylinder upon volume of each cube. So this is the formula. Correct? So number of cubes will be larger volume of solid cylinder upon volume of each cube. Volume of solid cylinder means pi r square h upon volume of each cube means edge cube or side cube. So nothing is mentioned about pi. It means pi we will take 22 by 7 and radius is given what? radius 14, height 12. Radius 14 and height 12. Correct? And cube, for the cube edge is given 2. 2 cube means that is 8. So this will be and this will be see 22 into 14 into 24 upon 8. Correct? So 8 into 3. So finally what will come? 14 into 3, 42. 22, 42. Correct? (924). It means the final answer will be 924 cones. Sorry, 924 cubes. Correct? So next we will be doing this exercise. 17.5 is finished. Now we can solve 2-3 questions of chapter test. So very first question of chapter test. A cylindrical container is to be made of tin sheet. Container means this will be open but bottom will be closed. When I am using dotted line, dotted means we cannot see the other part. It means this part is not empty. It means material is there. Correct? Since this is container, you can see the container. Container means this is open but lower end is closed. Correct? Container is to be made of tin sheet. The height of the container is 1 meter and its diameter is 70 centimeter. It means radius is 35 centimeter and height is 1 meter. Correct? If the container is open at the top, it is mentioned, if the container is open at the top and the tin sheet costs rupees 300 per meter square, find the cost of the tin for making the container. So finally the answer must be in meter square. It means this will be converted in meter. So this will become 35 by 100 meter. It means 7 by 20 meter. Now container is to be made of tin sheet. So tin sheet will be required in 2 parts. Curved surface area and the bottom part. Why container is open from the top? So what is the area of tin sheet required? Area of tin sheet required, this will be is equal to curved surface area plus area of bottom part. Understood why we are doing the question? Tin sheet will be used in making the curved surface and the bottom part why? Container is open from the top. So curved surface area plus pi r square. Curved surface area means 2 pi r h plus pi r square. Here? Now, what is common? What is common? Common is pi r. So what is left? 2h plus r. Now substitute the value. Nothing is mentioned about pi. It means pi is 22 by 7. Radius we have calculated 7 by 20 in meter. Correct? Now 2h means height was 1 meter. Height is 1 meter. Height is 1 meter. Okay. It means this is 2. Again radius is 7 by 20. This will give answer in meter square. Correct? So solve. This will be 7 and 7 cancelled. Then 22 by 20 into this will be 47 by 20. Correct? Now what can be cancelled? This is, it means 47, 47, 517 upon 200 meter square. Clear? 7 by 20 is the radius. 2h 1 meter. So now the cost of 1 meter square is rupees 300. So what is the total cost? So for 1 meter square tin, or here we can write, for 1 meter square tin the cost is rupees 300. Therefore total cost or cost of the tin used, this will be 517 upon 200 into 300, 100 cancelled. Now divide and find the answer. The answer will be 517 1.5 so 775.5 rupees. Correct? The answer will be 775.5. This is the answer. 775.50 rupees. Clear? Next is question number 11. A solid cone of base radius 9 cm and height 10 cm is lowered into a cylindrical jar of radius 10 cm which contains water sufficient to submerge the cone completely. Okay, it means one jar is of cylindrical jar. Correct? In this jar, a solid cone is lowered. Suppose the water is up to here. Suppose sufficient water. It is not mentioned that water is filled up to the brim. Correct? Only what is given? Given is it contains sufficient amount of water such that the cone can be fully submerged. Submerged to cone. Okay. For the cone, dimensions are given. When the cone is dropped, suppose definitely water will rise. So we are supposing that, 1 minute. Suppose here it is the cone and water is raised. Due to this is the rise of water level. Initially water was up to here, but as soon as the cone is dropped into the container, into the jar, water level will be risen up. So we have to calculate the rise in water level in the jar. So again the concept is same. What? The concept is volume of water risen in cylindrical jar is equal to volume of solid cone dropped. Volume of solid cone dropped. This is the concept again. In this question, what is the difference? No amount of water overflows. What is the reason? Since the water is not completely filled. Water is filled up to some height. When solid cone is lowered, water risen up. Suppose the height of water risen is h. We have taken the rise of water level as h. So the concept is volume of water risen in cylindrical jar is equal to volume of solid cone dropped. Now, when the amount of water will rise or lower, what is the shape of amount of water risen? What is the shape of amount of water risen or lowered when the container is cylindrical? Cylindrical shape. Water is filled in the cylindrical jar. It means whenever the amount of water will rise or lower, the shape will be cylindrical. It means that will lower or rise in cylindrical form, and that will be equal to volume of solid cone dropped. Clear? So we have to apply that concept. Okay, this we have written. Next, so what is the volume of solid? Sorry, what is the volume of water risen? See, this is H, so that will be in cylindrical form. That is pi r square, suppose pi r square h. Why h? We have taken h, the rise in the water level. So this is why in cylindrical form in the jar. Correct? And why this happened? Since we have lowered a solid cone. Cone means 1/3 pi r square h. See what we have done. We are taking the volume of water risen. So volume of water risen will be in cylindrical form. Why? Water is in the cylindrical jar. That is why formula is volume of cylinder. And why this happened? Due to the lowering of the solid cone in the cylinder. It means what is the volume of the solid? Volume of cone. We have taken different dimensions, R and H for cylinder, capital R, capital H for cone. Now we are going to substitute the value. So for the cylinder, for the jar, cylindrical jar of radius 10 centimeter. Radius is 10 centimeter. Now pi and pi cancelled, correct? Pi cancelled. So for the cylindrical radius is 10 centimeter. It means 10 square into h 1/3. For the cone, radius is 9 and height is 10. Radius is 9 and height is 10. Correct? So finally, what is the amount of h? H will be C. This will become 8100 upon 3. See, 8100 upon 3, that is 2700. 2700 upon, and this is 100 transpose. This is 100. It means finally the answer will be 27 centimeter. Correct? Clear this part? Clear not? 100H, 81, 27. 1 minute. It is not. Wait. Here I am writing. Here it will be clear. So here this will be 100H. This will be 81 into 10 upon 3. It means 810 upon 3. That is 270. That was the mistake. This is 270. Then H will be, see, 100H is equal to 270. It means H will be 2.7 centimeter. This is the rise in water level when the solid cone is dropped or lowered in the cylindrical jar. So one more last question. Question number 16. Find the least number of coins of diameter 2.5 centimeter and height 3 millimeter. So for the coin, radius is given 2.5 by 2, that is 5 by 4. 5 by 4 centimeter, correct? And height is 3 millimeter. Height is 3 millimeter. It means in centimeter this will be 0.3 centimeter. Coin means shape of the coin is cylindrical. Shape of the coin is cylindrical. Why? Height is very low. If you will lower the height of the cylinder, what will happen? See, this is also cylinder. That is why the same concept for the coin. Coin is also of the shape of cylinder. Correct? Coin is also of the shape of cylinder. Now for the coin, radius and height given, which are to be melted to form a solid cylinder of radius 3 centimeter and height 5 centimeter. Where is it? Once again, what is the formula for number of coins? volume of larger volume upon smaller volume. Larger volume means volume of solid cylinder, volume of solid cylinder upon volume of each coin, volume of each coin. Clear? Same formula. Number of coins, larger volume, that is coins, number of coins are to be melted, and after melting we are making or we are recasting a solid cylinder. It means volume of solid cylinder upon volume of each coin. So we are going to substitute the value. This done? Clear? Now I am putting the value. Cylinder means again pi r square h. Coin is also cylinder, it means pi r square h, but we have to take different dimensions. For solid cylinder capital R capital H, for coin small r small h. Pi and pi cancelled. Now capital R. For the cylinder, radius is 3 and height is 5. It means radius is 3 and height is 5. For the coin, radius is 5 by 4 square and height is 0.3. Correct? Now we have to solve this. So finally this will come. This will be here, you can solve. So finally this is, numerator is 45, denominator is 25 into 0.3, it means 7.5 upon 16. So this will be 45 into 160 upon 75 after removing decimal. So this will be from 5 15, and this will be so 32 into 3, that is 96 coins. Correct? Answer will be 96 coins. Clear? So we have studied the chapter mensuration. Rest whatever the question is left, 2-3 questions in chapter test will be discussed in the revision. Thank you.